Hello everyone, it is Anime Master. Welcome back to another Sonic 1 hacking, not 2, Sonic 1 hacking tutorial. So, now here comes the fun part of getting into actually doing things with music. You're probably thinking, oh, we're gonna port some stuff now, or we're gonna do some MIDIs and whatnot. Not yet, not yet. I still want to explain some things to you guys, obviously about SMPS and music. So what you want to do is want to go back to the file we opened, which should be like test or something like that. Mine's called test here. And if you remember, we've got our file here and we've got all the letters lined up for, let me just quickly grab my my list, which is here. There we go. And as you can see, we've got the voice table there, which doesn't do anything at the moment. Got our FM channels, tempo, DAC, FM voice headers, PSG tone, volume pitch, all that jazz. All that jazz. So what we're going to do today is we are going to mess around with the drums. Yes, we're going to create some beats to get some idea, to what you can do. And it's actually not too difficult. I don't think it is. Not too tricky. Sometimes to get exactly what you want, you have to just kind of experiment a little bit. But I think once I explain things, you'll see that it's not actually that difficult. And it is. I like this because it's just fun. You can just kind of mess around and see what you can come up with. So without further ado, let's begin. So let me minimize this. Well, I'll just say now, our drum table DAC was CCCC, but I believe I did actually change it here. I changed it to 7E, so if I were to do this, if I remember correctly, absolute, yeah, that goes down there. And if I were to go, I think it's relatively down, no, well, that's fine. But, well, if I were to do this relatively down, I'd do that as well. So yeah. Alright, so that will go to that location, which is what we want. Awesome. Now, the first thing, well, I suppose what I could do is I'll give you a list, actually. Let me give you a list of, I've actually got Market Jester's thing here because I want it to be easier. Here, well, we got flags here. Well, actually, no, we don't. Do we have the list of drums? Okay, yeah, it does have a list of drums. So these are lists of drums that are in Sonic 1. They vary from each game. I'd say Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and Knuckles, 3D, I guess, Knuckles, Galax, all that jazz. But this is what Sonic 1 has. So we have 80, which is rest, which kind of like, I guess, like gives the channel like a small break before it goes on to whatever it's doing next or whatnot. Beat is basically, well, it's just like just the normal beat. When you hear the sound, you play like your drum sets, and you've got the beat that you pump with your feet. If you know what I'm saying, it's a bit hard to explain, but I'm speaking from like a drummer. Where, you got the pedal, and you put the pedal to the beat, to the drum, and you get that beat, and then obviously you've got like the actual drums that you hit with your stick. And that'd be the kick. So you've got the beat, you got the kick. So you got the boom, ch, 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 something like that. For an example, anyway. You've got the well, not the beat and the kick. Well, I should say the beat and the snare. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. The timpani is basically it's kind of like a gong. It's like dung 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 dung. Kind of like a bit of a gong. Unfortunately, there isn't really too much that Sonic 1 has, so really you most likely just going to be using the beat and the kick. I mean, for this example, this is what I'm going to do, but you can still experiment with the timpanis. You got the high, mid, and low, lowest pitch, and see what you can do. Obviously, there are some people that like port drivers over, like say Sonic 3 driver, so that they can have like Sonic 3 drums instead, because Sonic 3 has a lot more and whatnot, different things like that. So you are kind of limited. But for this, I guess, example introduction, You know, we'll just be sticking with what Sonic 1 has for us. We don't want anything too complicated. So, first off, well, best thing I would say to do is start off with a beat slash kick. So, 81. What we need to do now, let's say, make sure it's all synced up. Actually, before we do anything, because we do need to save. Actually, I don't need this open. We need to save this as a file, or as a music file that we can actually listen to. So what I'd recommend doing is copy anyone you like say Green Hill Zone. I've already done it. I've got like, I don't know why I've got so many copies, but I have. Make a copy, and then what we can do is we can save as Music 81, which is Green Hill Zone, and there we go. We still got our test in case we need it, you know, but for now it's Music 81. So I'll open that again. And like I said, we've got to the location, we pressed 81, save. Now if I've done this correctly, if we've all done this correctly, we build. So click on the build bat and our S1 fresh disassembly, minimize everything. I'm actually using a new screen capture, so let me know if it's any good. I actually found one that actually seems to be pretty good. I say actually a lot, I apologise. Alright. Now one thing I will say is you might have started to notice that the Sega scream has a little like little distortion. I'll get into that. Not in this tutorial, it'll probably be later on, but there's something that we need to fix with that, but we'll get to it. In case anyone wants to fix it now, I could always put a link in the description because it's actually really simple. But it's to do with ASM, and I just wanted to kind of leave most of the ASM stuff alone until we actually cover it. But it's sort of hard because, you know, things kind of link up to it. So it's like, okay, if I'm editing art, then I might want to create an animation, which means I'll have to go into ASM to do animation, and I may have to load the animation into Sonic 1 ASM. So it's all connected, you know. So it's kind of hard for me to not talk about ASM. You know, I want it to be separate things. I want it to be like level design, layout, art, music, and then ASM, but they all kind of connect together anyway, so yeah, you know. But anyways, so hopefully we've done everything right. We play 81 and we should see as a beat. That's it. We can press it as fast as we want, as much as we want, and it will just do that. That's all it's going to do. If you've got that sound, guys, well done. Good start, but not really much. So let's try and do something. Let's try to do something else. We could do, I don't know, 8182. Let's test out the snare so you get a rough idea. I should probably leave the emulator open, I suppose. I'll keep open over all the time, so let me fast forward that. Oh, okay, no, I did it wrong. Whoops. Right, okay. Okay, yeah, my bad. I did it wrong. But actually, let me delete that. Before we do that, I almost forgot. We can't just, well, I guess we sort of can, but we can't really just put them together. What you need to actually do is you need to create a delay for the next drum. So I'll do an example, and this should work. Basically, it ranges, I believe, from 7F to 0, if I remember correctly. And I believe 0 is like the fastest, and 7F being the slowest. So obviously, again, it includes hexadecimals. So, you know, 0 to 9, A to F. And 10, which is just after F, seems to be a fairly good speed. Michael Jester also used this for an example. When I practiced this before, I just messed around and I was like, you know what, 10 is a pretty good speed. You can experiment, do a bit more. You know, for this example, I'm just going to do this, and hopefully, if I did it right this time, he says. I did actually practice this beforehand just to make sure everything's all good. But it's been about a month since I've done this, so you might not notice this because I might have put these like back to back, but there we go. There we go. That's better. So you got boom, ch, boom, ch. Again, not much, but there you got the delay. If I wanted it a bit faster, or I could go to like, I could do like a OC or OA or whatever. If I wanted faster, I could increase it. Yeah. But before we do that, let's see. Before we do that, we can do even more stuff. I guess the best thing to say really is that I can go over to like flags now, or something like that. Well, we'll get to flag, but before we get to the flags, as I'll explain the delay. Where are they? Yeah, the flags are there. So before we do that, we could do something like this. So we've got 81, then there's a 10 delay, 82, and then let's say I put 80, not 80, so 08, 81, 81. Now, once you set this cycle, it'll be 10 until you change it. That is why I've put an 08 there. So if I were to put 82, 82, 82, or 81, 82, whatever, it will still play from the last cycle, which is 10. So if you want to change it, you need to put a different number in between your next drum sample. So got this one, you got 81, 10, 82, 0, 81. I think I'll put 10 there, and then 82, and then F2. What it does is it actually stops the FM channel. In most cases, I guess it's like, say for example, if you don't want it to do something or to jump into somewhere you don't want it to go, press F2 and that will just halt the channel. It won't play that channel anymore. This is actually used, if I remember correctly. Actually, no, never mind. I think this is a different flag. I think I'm thinking of F4, but I was going to say this is actually used for when you actually want to mute sounds and stuff. But let's try this. Look at that! I kind of like that. Boom, chip, boom, boom. I like that. I like that. Hopefully you got what I've got, guys. And the best thing to say to you right now, before we move on to flags to do other stuff, experiment. Before you move on, experiment. You know, use the timpanis, use 8A, 8B, whatnot. The nulls, I don't think any of them do anything except for 8-7. 8-7 is the Sega sound. Now, unless you really are intrigued, put that in and see what happens. It will be the Sega sound, so you'll be like Sega. It's like, okay. Alright, thanks Sega, appreciate it. So I don't really know that, but yeah, experiment. You know, you can have it as long as you want. I mean, it depends on how long you want it, but you know, just remember to put a delay in between each if you want to change. If you want to keep it the same, just have it like 81, 82, and then do 81, 82 again if you want it to stay at 10. But if you want it to be slower, faster, like I've done it, I put 08, and then I want those two 81s to be the same, those two kicks to be the same. So you know, I've left it. I haven't put a delay until the next one. So you know, you've got 10-second delay to the 82, and then F2 kind of stops it. I do mumble up my words, so I do apologise if you like, and that's what you're hearing, because yeah, I do sometimes it can come off a bit confusing. So I do apologise for that. Try and slow down a little bit for you guys. But yeah, hopefully, you know, you've messed around a little bit, see what you can do. And yeah, I think DAC is probably the easiest part when you're trying to do music in hex yourself this way, rather than say just porting stuff over and converting, or using a MIDI and just using a program to, you know, convert it into SMPS, and then there you go, blah blah blah. I think it's good to have an understanding of things, especially if you want to port, because then you sort of understand how that music works. So you're like, oh, so this plays this drums at this drum. So if I'm converting a song, say from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and I find out that the beat the beat of the kick is like 86. Well, I ain't got no 86. Or, 86 might be a timpani, or it does nothing. I have to change that 86 to 81. You know this because you understand how the drums work in Sonic 1 and SNPS, and you've got the list. So you've got the list, you can compare the list from Sonic 1, Sonic 3, and Knuckles, and you're like, oh, so the beat in that one is 86, so I have to change it when I'm converting to 81. And, the kick is 87, you need to change it to 82, things like that. Obviously, I'll go into more of that when we actually do when we talk about conversion and porting, all that jazz. But yeah. Alright, so we've done a little example. That's all good, that's all good. However, I'm sure you're thinking, can we do other stuff? Rather than just adding more drums. How about looping? How about jumping to certain areas? Look, how about looping only like once or twice and not permanently? Things like that. Well, here comes the list of flags from EO to FF, but I don't think they really do much in Sonic 1. As I'm reading here, the other flags from FF to FF are non-existent. Yeah, so yeah, not really. They're more for like Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but we'll say E8 for now. EOD8, and that's where, F8, sorry, that's where we'll leave it. I'll go over a quick list here. Again, if you haven't got Marky's guide, you can actually get the list of these flags on Retro. Again, I'll probably link it again. Sonic Retro's Music Community Guide. If you have a look on there, you will be able to find the list on there as well. So let's go over. I'll only go very briefly. EO, I haven't touched much on this myself, but this is actually used for like left or right speaker chains. So you can have, you want something to be on the left side or the right side, different effects, different voice effects and whatnot. So that's cool. E1 is supposed to decrease the pitch a little bit. E2 is a fade to previous, which is more Sonic 3 really than Sonic 1. Sonic 3, Sonic 2, they all have like their equivalent flag to do whatever, E3 is sort of like F8, which I'll talk into. It's a jump flag. E4 is basically Sonic 3K's E1. It's used to basically fade out a music. Like you've got like the 1-up music. It's like and then that goes, and then it fades into Green Hill Zone or whatever. That's pretty much what that does, so that's cool. E5 is a tempo changer, so you can change the speed of the tempo. You've got a volume changer flag, attack prevent flag. Never really used this, honestly, myself. I don't think I have the best understanding, but apparently it's supposed to stop notes from continuing, I guess. Yeah, I guess a little bit like F2. I'm not too sure about that, but yeah. Note length flag, yeah, it's used to play how long a note is played. Like if you press like a key on a keyboard, and on an actual piano keyboard, it's like ding. Obviously you hold it, it plays longer. You tap it, it only plays a little bit. So that's what that does. Let's have a look here. E9 is a pitch changer flag. Used to increase or decrease the pitch by full note amount. Tempo changer. Okay, yep. Voice changer flag, modulation flag, stop flag, yeah, F2 is stop flag. F6, F7 and F8 are the ones you're going to be talking about here. So, let's look at F6. F6 is a jump flag, used to jump to an area in the music. So, let's say I want this on a continuous loop. What I do is, or what you should do is, I should say, put F6, and then we put 2 more bytes, FF. Now, how this works is you have to decrease. You have to minus from FF. So we go backwards in hexadecimal. So it'd be like FEDCBA9. So if we have to start from here, from this FF here, from the first byte. So we go FEDCBA9876. So this should be F6. if I've done this correctly. Save it. Well, let's build that ROM. There we go, if I can get it open. Minimize. Fast forward. And there we go. Boom, chinka, boom, chin, boom, chin, boom, boom, chin. Already sounds pretty, pretty cool because we've got, you know, our repeated flag, so that's kind of cool. Awesome, good stuff. Alright, now let me think. Should I put some more? Put some more sound or something? Let me think. Do 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 do. I know. I think what I'll do. Well, actually, before I do this, let me remove this. Okay. So I'm probably gonna create something to do like a little bit of drums afterwards for my next thing that we're gonna go over, and that is the F7 flag. Or I could do. Do I want to do F8? I'll do F7. I'll do F7. Alright, so what F7 does, it's like F6, but it loops a certain amount of time. So if you don't want it to loop permanently, you only want it to loop something specifically once or twice or 3 times, say for example, then this is the flag you need to use. Now how this works is, you have F7, then you have a blank byte. I don't know too much about this blank byte. I'm actually still learning about that myself, but we're not going to touch up on that right now, so just ignore that, leave that blank, we don't have to worry about that right now. The second byte is how many times you want it to repeat. Now how this works is, I'm not 100% sure what 00 does, but 01 is like the default, where it's not classed as 1, it's classed as 0. Because what we'll do is, it will repeat obviously how many times you want, and then it will carry on after the flag. So the 01 flag is that flag. So assuming you, let's say for example, I want it repeated once, I do 02, because 02 is classed as 1. So then it would go 02, done, and then the 01, it'll be like, oh, it's the 01 flag, that means you're done, it will carry on with the routine. So if we want it to repeat twice, we do 03, but we're going to do 1, we're just going to do 1. And then the next thing we do, like F6, we do FF. And again, we count from here, and we go FE, D, C, B, A, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Now that should be F4. Let's save. And it should only repeat twice now, with some luck. Actually, yeah, I really like this part. Let's see. And there you go. And there you have it. So yeah, pretty cool. Actually, I'm not quite sure what it played afterwards. Actually, hang on, let me look. Oh, I think I know why, but yeah, that's fine. Okay. Right, so that's what that does. So so that's pretty cool. And then what you could do is you can have that loop and do that and whatever. Do 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 do. And then you could do let's see. Let's see. Let's do F. So 81, 10, 82. So do. I'll do 8, 81, 81. So it'll do similar to what I did before, but what I'll do is do 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 do. Can I do that? Do 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 do. Let's see. Let's see. 81, 10, 82, 88, 81. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oop. What I'm actually doing, I'm going to make it free. Actually, I think that's what I'll do. Then we do F6, F, 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 and we have to go all the way back, so EDCBA 9876543210. Go to E now, EF, EDCBA 987. So hopefully, should be E7. So we got boom, dim, boom, boom, dim, boom, dim, boom, boom, dim, boom, dun, 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 dim, boom, dun, dun, boom, dun, dun. Hopefully, something like that. That's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. But we'll see. All right, save it. And really, there isn't really too much to go into F8. It's kind of like the same thing, let's say with the others, but they jump to specific locations, so you might want it to jump somewhere else in the song to, you know, to another place where you've got your drums. So let's see. There you go, that's what I want. Boom, jam, bam, boom, jam. Sounding good, sounding good. I like that. Awesome songs, and there you have it. Awesome stuff. Now let's see, can we use F8 in a way before we finish up on the tutorial? For now, anyway, can we use F8 in a way? Let's see. Let's see. Well, I mean, you could technically, I suppose, I could put this to O2 and then I could insert F8, I suppose, and then it would essentially do the same thing, if I remember correctly. And I think it only does it once. Let's see, yeah, it's a temporary, so it should only do it once, if I remember correctly. It does exactly what F6 does, jumps, except when hitting an E3/F9 returns the F8 flag. Afterwards it will return to the F8 flag and continue. Yeah, so yeah, that's I figured, do I need to use an E3? I'll just double check actually. Where are we? Okay, yeah, so we need an E3 if I remember correctly, and that kind of reverts it, doesn't it? It does exactly what F6 does, except when hitting an E3/F9 to F8. Yeah, so yeah, that's basically what it is. It's almost like, best way to describe F8 is you have a location set, and you know you don't want it to happen yet, I suppose. I guess. So then, you know, it does what it's supposed to be saying, but when it gets to E3, it goes back to F8. It will return to F8 flag, and then it will just continue. That's pretty much what will happen. It will return back to it, and then it will continue. Obviously, Margaret Jester's got an example here. I think I'm going to leave it here, but in case you want to have a go at the F8 flag, I might touch up on it on the next tutorial. This is probably be a bit long, so I will end it here. But yeah, if you're curious, again, I'd recommend Marcus Guide if possible. Just have a bit of a look. He even said himself, it's kind of outdated, so be aware if some things are not 100% accurate. You know, it is out of date. He did actually mention that to me, so you know, which I knew, but it's the best of what we've kind of got publicly at the moment. So, and he does a good job at explaining things, I think personally. So I give it a read if possible. Again, I'll probably put the link in the description for this part as well, in case you know you guys want, you know, I haven't got it yet or whatever. So that's what I'll do. And he does examples as well. So if you want to go ahead and jump ahead from my tutorials and, you know, read what he has to say and experiment, feel free, go ahead. But if you want to wait for me to try and explain things and you can see it in action, then wait for me, and hopefully we'll be back in the next part. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this installment. I thought it was pretty fun. I actually really enjoyed that. I'm going to leave it like that for now because I kind of like that, and maybe we'll do something with that later in one of another, well, I say not right next, but in one of the later tutorials. Anyway guys, appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.